Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing well. So through this video, I'm going to discuss about a different type of visa available in the UK. So you might have already heard about this, which is known as the high potential individual visa. However, if you have not heard about this and if you are looking for further details regarding this visa, I hope this video will be helpful for you. So if you have not yet subscribed our channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. So I'm going to look at the UK government website because all the details regarding this visa are available on the website. Without further delay, let's look at the page on the UK government website. So this page is known as the High Potential Individual Visa, which is also known as the HPI visa. First, let's look at the overview that explains about the HPI visa. So this HPI visa gives you permission to stay in the UK for 2 years. So if you look at the minimum stay time, an HPI visa lasts for 2 years. However, if you have a PhD or other doctoral qualification, you will be eligible to stay for 3 years using the HPI visa. Then if you want to stay longer, do you think that you can extend this visa? No. So in this case, you won't be able to extend your HPI visa. However, you can find a different visa route to switch when it comes to the expiry of your HPI visa. So it says you may be able to switch to a different visa, for example, a skilled worker visa, or you can switch to global talent visa as well. So this HPI visa allows you to buy some time to stay in the UK. So that's the importance of this visa. So if you are eligible for this visa and if you are struggling to find a different type of visa, you can go for this visa. And while you are on the HPI visa, you can find another visa route and you can switch to it before the expiry of the HPI visa. And also this clearly says your time on an HPI visa will not count as time spent in the UK if you apply to settle in the UK. So that is again a disadvantage of the visa. However, if you are struggling and if you want to buy time to stay in the UK, I would say this is a good option for you to go for. Then if you look at the how to apply section, it clearly says that you can apply from outside the UK and come to the UK. And also if you are already in the UK, you can apply from inside the UK. And the good thing is your partner and children can apply to join or stay in the UK as your dependents if they are eligible. So under the HPI visa, you can bring your dependents and there are no restrictions in bringing dependents with you. And if you look at the decision processing time, once you have applied online, proved your identity and provided your documents, you will usually get a decision on your visa within 3 weeks if you are applying from outside the UK, and you will get the decision within 8 weeks if you are applying from inside the UK. So that is about the processing time of your decision. And the next section is how much it costs, and I'm going to look at that later on. Before that, we'll look at the eligibility criteria for the HPI visa. So the eligibility section explains that to be eligible for a HPI visa, you must have been awarded a qualification by an eligible university. So this has given you the list of eligible universities. You can check whether the university that you gained your qualification is available on the list. So let's see how we can check that. It says check the list of eligible universities for the month and year you were awarded your qualification. So there are several lists available here. Depending on the awarded date of your qualification, you can select the link which is applicable for you. For an example, if I was awarded my master's degree in November 2023, I have to go for the second link because that is the link for the list of universities from 1st November 2023 to 31st October 2024. So you have to look at your date of award of the qualification and then choose the link from the given links. So I'm just going to go on the second link, and it says high potential individual visa global universities list 2023. So we can see list of universities available here along with the name of the university and the country, and you can see most of the universities are from USA, and then you can see Chinese universities, and also there are universities from Japan, Singapore, Canada, Australia, etc. So you can go through this, and if you have a qualification from one of these universities, you are eligible to apply for the HPI visa. And it says that UK universities are not eligible. So you can see that from the list that we were referring as well, because UK universities were not available in the list. However, you will not disqualify if you have a UK qualification as well as a qualification from one of the universities that was listed in the previous list. So you can apply for the HPI visa if you have one qualification from any of the universities that were listed in the previous list. So your qualification from one of those universities need to be equivalent to a UK bachelor's degree or a UK postgraduate degree or a UK PhD or doctorate. So that if that is equal to one of these, you are eligible to apply for HPI visa. Then it says that you must have been awarded your qualification in the last 5 years as well. Then you will need to apply to ethics to check your qualification is valid and at the right level. Ethics will not check if your university is eligible. It will check whether your qualification is equivalent to a UK degree. So you have to do that to get the equivalent certificate as well, which is important in your process. Then other eligibility criteria include prove your knowledge of English, which we need to do for other types of visas in the UK as well, and also prove that you have enough personal savings to support yourself in the UK, unless you have been in the UK with a valid visa for at least 12 months. So which means if you are already in the UK and you have spent at least 12 months in the UK, you do not need to show funds. However, if you are applying from outside the UK, or else if you are applying from inside the UK and you have spent less than 12 months in the UK, you will have to show funds. And let's see how much you have to show as your funds. So it says support yourself when you arrive in the UK. You will usually need to have at least 1,270 available. So that is the amount of money that you have to show for this type of visa. And it clearly says you do not need to have a job offer to apply. So this visa does not depend on an employer. So you do not need to have any job offer to apply for this. So the eligibility criteria is to have a qualification from one of the universities listed in the global universities list within the last 5 years and meet the English language requirement and funding requirements. As I mentioned earlier, you can apply for the HPI visa only once, and you cannot apply for this visa if you have already been given a graduate visa. So if you have already taken your graduate visa, you will not be eligible to apply for the HPI visa. And also you cannot apply for this if you have already come to the UK as a doctorate extension scheme student. So this is about the eligibility criteria for the HPI visa. And now let's look at how much it costs. So you have to incur these costs, which are explained in this page. Pay £252 for ethics to check your qualification is valid. Then you have to pay the application fee, which is 880, and then you have to pay the healthcare surcharge, which is 1035 for each year per person. So that is about the cost incurred, and to show funds, you have to show 1,270 as I explained previously, and you have to show it for 28 days in your account as well. So that is about the cost involved with the HPI visa. So this is the summary of the high potential individual visa, and I wanted to go through this because this might help you to buy time and stay in the UK until you find another type of visa to switch. So I hope this video was helpful, and thank you for watching the video, and see you soon with a new video.